Welcome back to Baby Takes. Coming back to the original video format after something a little different last week. We went to state wrestling in Kansas, and we did a little video on that. Did some coverage, some media coverage. It was pretty fun. This one is gonna be another little different. We're not doing Nebraska football. We thought we'd save that until closer to the spring game or a little after the spring game. And then we'll do a full spring recap eventually. So we're going to do a NCAA or a college football game wish list. So as everyone probably knows watching this video, college football game is coming out. It's been announced. Probably 2023 is what they said. And me and Zach both are huge NCAA fans. Played it growing up, still play it. I actually just gave NCAA 14 to Zach so he could play it because I was kind of hoarding it over here. But such a fun game, and I really can't wait for this new game to come out. But we have our wish list here. So before we get started, Zach, how you doing?
Good. And I just think, NCAA 14 is such a timeless game. You see things in there, like just little pieces that are like, this game was way before its time. You know what I mean? Like there's just little bits in there that like it could come out today and it'd still be a great game.
Right. So before we get started, below us is our Twitter @. Follow us there. Also follow Baby Takes on Twitter, Baby Takes on Instagram. Subscribe, like. We do Nebraska content, Big Ten content, a whole bunch of different content. Obviously, we're doing college football game content right now. We did state wrestling last week. So we're just branching out, doing whatever we can. But yeah, let's just get it started. So I have.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Hasn't been plugged in a while. One of our sponsors, I guess, is Bucked Up and hasn't been plugged in a while. So if you want to get into Bucked Up, they've got a lot of new products right now. Fat burners are in there. There's new pre-workout in there. There's creatine, a lot of good protein in there. There's a lot of good accessories. I know that's what mostly I use. That's mostly the supplements I use is just strictly Bucked Up because they've got a really good product line. And it's 100% guaranteed that you will know what's in it. They put it right on the front of every supplement. So go to Bucked Up. Use our code BABY1, get 10% off and get some good stuff.
Yeah, and the code will be listed below. That helps us out. So, so I got 5 obvious things that I think need to be in the game. So to start it off, obviously, Dynasty and Road to Glory need to be in the game. I mean, that's obvious. It's not a college football game without Dynasty. Road to Glory, it's probably my second favorite mode, but I mean, it's still.
I would say Road to Glory is my favorite mode for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the excitement of like getting these offers, and then you choose somewhere, and then when you choose somewhere, you get to like you're that guy. It brings a whole new feel of being that guy, and there's an attachment to that guy. Whereas in Dynasty, 3 years later, you just get another one, but in here, you got to get everything done those 4 years because there's not always that next year.
Yeah, no, Road to Glory is fun. And especially with how college football is today, I think they have a lot of potential, which brings me to my next point is the transfer portal. The transfer portal is huge in college football. It's changed college football forever. It needs to be in the game. It needs to be in Dynasty. You need to be able to recruit transfers in the portal. Your guys can leave. If you're a small school and you have a stud, maybe they transfer to a bigger school, and you need to be able to try to recruit them back and them stay. And then Road to Glory, if you're, stuck behind somebody or you're just, like I said, on a small school losing just because your team's not good, you need to be able to transfer. That's just how college football is today. And if they really want a real depiction of college football, they need to have a good transfer portal engine in the game. What is the next one? Oh, next to obviously college football playoff. I have no doubt that it's going to be in there. Something I like that I think really needs to be in there is fluid ratings. So with NIL deals, we can have players' real names, I hope, in the game, coaches, all of it, just a real college football experience. And something Madden does that I really like, actually, there's not a lot that Madden does that I do like, but the way Madden does their ratings, like throughout the season, if a player starts doing really good, they get a bump in their ratings or whatever. I think college football needs to do that. I mean, you look at the biggest example is probably like Joe Burrow from 2019, probably would have came in as like an 80, 82, but by the end of the year, he's an easy 99. So I think that's something that needs to be in. And then lastly, something I think needs to happen, team builder needs to come back.
Yeah, I mean we had like team customization all the way up
Right.
until 2013, I think is when Team Builder started. But Team Builder took it to a whole new level, which kind of sucks because Team Builder is also what killed the game overall because of licensing and being able to use any picture you find on the internet as your logo and name your team anything. And yeah, so that was a little, maybe a little rough around the edges, fix that up a little bit, but Team Builder was awesome, able to, do a whole lineup customization while you're in there, and just for it to go straight to the Xbox, and anyone can pick it. So someone across the country can make a team and I can use it. And that's just, I think the community around it, making all those teams for everyone to use was just awesome.
Right. And it's a possibility because 2K
Mm-hmm.
has like the same thing.
Yeah.
You make logos, you make uniforms online, and then they're just on the server on the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a possibility. I don't see why it wouldn't be in the game because
Yeah.
like with Dynasty, one of the biggest problems is, you start winning and then it just like, I don't know. To me, it got kind of boring once you started just like winning everything. But if like, say, I live right across the street from Washburn University, Zach goes to Central College University. You could just make that team and throw it in NCAA, and you're the guy and you're the coach,
Mm-hmm.
and you take that program and build it up. Which is kind of a connection to my next point. I want actual FCS schools in the game, not just
Yeah, and
like
they've had those before.
right.
It's been done before. Back in the day they had that, but
Yeah, not just like
it's possible.
not FCS East or FCS North or South or like I want like North Dakota State, South Dakota State. What's another good one? I don't even know. Nebraska's playing North Dakota this year. Like, I think, and ratings could be better too. Like, North Dakota State is better than a lot of D1 football programs. So you could make the ratings that way. That's not an obvious one for me. Like, if they didn't have that, it wouldn't kill the game, but it would definitely be a plus. What else? One of my biggest ones, in dynasty mode, improving the coaching carousel. So like if you're the head coach of a program, you can hire your own
This is why
coordinators.
I was just gonna say this, you can, like you said, hire your own coordinator, not, oh, Jim Bob comes in out of nowhere and I don't even know who this guy is, and now he's running my offense
Yeah.
and my offense. And then honestly, like NCAA 14, if you're the head coach, your coordinator doesn't even mean anything.
Right. No,
Like, other than upgrading his skills, like,
yeah.
you don't run his offense. Defensive
Mhm.
coordinator, you don't run his defense. You run your own. So why even,
Right.
why does it even matter? And then, I think being able to hire your own. And then I would also like to see, I know you can do like owner and Madden. I would also
Mhm.
like to see like athletic director
Yeah, that'd be
in
cool.
NCAA, where you can like, this is another one I like. like upgrading the stadium. We see right now with Nebraska, brand new football facility, top of the line. They're saying it's going to be better than Clemson, better than Bama, better than Texas. Like, it's going to be the best. And then you got teams competing all around for that. Stadiums are going to upgrade over time. Why not put it in the game? You can do it in Madden, correct?
Yeah, you can totally
Yeah.
upgrade your stadium. Yeah.
Yeah. Something from Madden, I mean, it'd be kind of cool, but wouldn't make any sense, is if they could do a little spin on relocating, not necessarily relocating, but I guess maybe you could pop up a football program somewhere.
Right. And that's like,
on the map.
it kind of goes along with the team builder,
Yeah.
You can just make your own team and put it in. And one thing I think should change is in NCAA 14, you had to replace a school. I think you should just be able to add it,
Yeah. Why
add
not?
it to a small conference, add it to an independent,
Yeah.
you don't need to replace a school, I don't think.
Something else I want fixed from NCAA 14 is the recruiting. I get it's easier. It's I don't know. You can see it divided up a little bit more, but I really like the NCAA 13 recruiting, where you still got that point allocation, but you got to go out and call them. You had to go to a home game, and I hope recruiting is, this is obviously wish list. There's only so much they can do with this game. Like, we got to remember that this can't be the perfect game. They can't add all this. It'd be too much. Yeah. But if you could go out and be a coach and like watch high school games, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. So like something with that, I put live recruitment announcements, so like in 14, you simulate a week. Oh, this guy committed. When you could simulate a week, it could be like, so-and-so is announcing his decision, and you go and there's like he's sitting at a table and he's got all these hats, how they do it. And then he just picks his hat. I think that would add a whole nother element. It would be a super cool thing. And also like a Heisman presentation. I feel like they've had this before. Maybe not. But you go in.
Easy to do. You see all the cutscenes in Madden.
Madden, yeah, right.
And they're like, was it QB1 or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see all those. Easy to make.
Yeah.
I think for sure they could do it.
So you said QB1. What I want them to avoid, there's two game modes I want them to avoid. Ultimate Team.
It's going to be in there. Ultimate Team was in there in 14.
Right. I know if Ultimate Team is a thing, that's all that they're going to devote their attention to, because that's all it's going to make them money,
Yeah,
I know. That's how it ruined Madden. It's ruined 2K. It's ruined everything. And I think they need to see that that's what's ruining it, and just keep this as a game that can go to all the other people.
But
like the Dynasty
what I would
guys,
like
the
to
franchise,
I would like to see online Dynasty though still.
Oh,
online
100%.
Dynasty would be awesome.
Oh my gosh. And have like unlimited amount of people. So like you could have Big 10, SEC, Big 12, all like real people recruiting against each other, playing against each other. That would be amazing.
Very hard to watch.
It would be very hard to monitor and very hard to keep under control. But that would be insane. And it would be so cool. Like the coaching carousel would be even crazier, because say Zach is the head coach at, Nebraska, and I'm the head coach at KU, and I just got fired. I could be like, Zach could take me. He's like, hey, I need an offensive coordinator. Will you run my offense? Like, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Something else I want to see that what was it? Well, something else I'd really want to see is just not like, this is what it was. Putting your players in the map.
Yeah.
Being able to take your road to glory players, or even your dynasty players. They didn't that you can't do Road to Glory through Madden with 14. Or is it 13? No, 14. One
You
of
can do it
them.
in 14, or maybe not.
No,
I don't know.
13 to 25. 13 to Madden
Yeah,
25 was the. But you could do it in Dynasty, but you couldn't do it with Road to Glory,
yeah. And
which I thought was so dumb.
the problem with that, you could do it in Dynasty, but I mean, it's weird. Like you put them through, and then it's just the names and positions. Like they just completely randomize all the attributes and stuff like that. At least what I've heard. I haven't done it in years, obviously, because I don't play, Madden
But I would love
25.
to see an
But
updated, like, and not like put the whole. I mean, yeah, you can put the whole class through, sure, but like Dynasty is mad because you're gonna keep playing your Dynasty, right? Like you're not gonna stop and go to Madden for this one
right,
player, these two players. But Road to Glory, like I want to see that. I want you to be a 99 in college and then come in and be an 80 or 75 and have to start all over again. Like I want to
yeah,
see that. Then you continue your pro career and you get drafted based on, how good you did in college. And I just feel like that'd be awesome.
yeah. They can definitely add so much stuff, with that. But something small, something super small that I thought was really cool. So we started playing NCAA in 2007, or we at least played that game. We played NCAA 07. And a small little detail they had was these magazine covers, right? They're like
Mm-hmm.
Sports Illustrated before the year, like it would have your team and some of your players on it. I just think that's a minute detail. That's like, I think that's so cool. And with that, like add personalities. Like,
They do it in
yeah,
Madden. You know what I mean?
they
Like you
do it in
choose,
Madden,
you answer a question and that bases your personality. They do it in
right?
MLB too. And yeah, in MLB.
Yeah, no, like for example, you could be in Road to Glory and your coach is like, we're gonna sit you out this one, or like we're gonna let somebody else play, and you can answer it accordingly. And depending on how that goes, like it could lead a whole nother career path, Like it's just, I think there needs to be personality in the game, but also, as I mentioned, QB1, um, the story doesn't need to be predefined, you know, like in QB1, you make a few decisions that might change a little thing, but the story's the same. I think it should be fluid. I think there should be a lot of different paths you can take. Like MLB, MLB does a good job. Geez, with you make one decision, it can change, what team you're on, how fast you go to the majors, just little things like that. And that's really the rest of my list. Is just little
Yeah.
things that you
Um,
can make it
a little
better.
thing that I like that I feel like is super possible, college game day. Like a college game day, a Kirk Herbstreit, someone you can see, like you can see them pregame, those pregame shows where you can see the people. That would be awesome. And just
Mhm.
those little things that make college football great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the little things that
like
separate college football from the NFL. And then this is one I saw that I really like is giving us the like best rosters, I guess, that we missed out on. So like
that was another thing I had.
2019 LSU,
Right.
um, 2019 Alabama, or was it 2020 LSU? No, 2019 LSU,
Yeah.
2020 Alabama, Lamar Jackson in college, Kyler Murray in college.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the I want to see those.
No, I put, historical teams was on mine. And I think that'd be a really good motion to put in, because like it would give a nod to all those players that missed out on seeing themselves in the game. So yeah, that would be crazy. But also another little thing is, where is that? All-star games. So like, the
Yes.
Senior Bowl, and there's a like a whole lot of bowl games for like people going to the draft. So I don't know why it would matter in Dynasty, but like Road to Glory, oh, you just
Yeah.
got invited. You got invited to the Senior Bowl, like, or you got invited to the Shrine Bowl or whatever, or the Combine even. Combine, that's probably a Madden thing, but
Yeah, but that goes in with transferring your Road to Glory player into Madden. Now you
yeah,
do the combine. There's been combine in Madden before.
yeah,
It was dumb at the time. That I mean, tap A as fast as you can to see how many bench press you can get.
yeah,
But there's ways to fix that. Um, Another thing that I'd like to see is, not only playoff, but customizable playoff. I want my playoff to be 18. I want
right,
my playoff to be 12. And you could go all the way up to 16. And after that, it gets kind of dumb. But
right,
I want my playoff to be 16. And then with that, it shortens your season. And because in the game, it doesn't matter. You're not risking health of players
yeah,
because it's in the game. Like it's a video
right,
game. Make it a video game. Like keep it real, but make it a video game at the same time. Don't make it too real.
right. No, and like all those features would be great for like an online Dynasty. Like,
Oh
oh
yeah.
my gosh, I can't even imagine the potential for an online Dynasty. I know there's probably a lot of people watching right now that are huge NCAA diehard fans that would take any opportunity they could get to join a big time online Dynasty.
Yeah. And I see people do it right now.
They're still doing it, right? Like it's crazy. The community is so big and everyone has all these high hopes and all like it's not crazy high hopes. Like we're not being like this game needs to be like 10 times better than Madden or like all
Yeah,
this.
no,
Like
like
it's
I know
realistic. We're
it's
smart. We
unrealistic.
know what's happening.
It's unrealistic to think that this game won't have similarities to Madden. The
Right. I
same
mean,
people are
it's
making
EA
it. It's
Sports.
going to. It's EA. Something else I want to see is increase the roster size.
Yeah.
Like, why are we cutting so many players, so many good players? You got to cut them. Your team gets really good. You're getting all these good recruits, and you're cutting
You
guys that
have
are
to
like
cut them.
80
Yeah.
overall. Yeah, you have to cut them. There's no limit on roster size in college football. These teams have rosters of over 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, maybe you can't suit them all, but that's something else you could choose. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, only 22 on the field, but I also would like to see. This is where I like to go back to that, keep it real, but it's a video game. Two-way players.
It
I
happens.
mean, why can't my tight end play linebacker? Why can't my running back play safety? I just feel like why not?
Well, I mean, that's kind of in 14. Like you can put
In
them
high
there.
school only though. In high
Well,
school
I
only.
mean, like, no, you can put them there. Like with athletes, you could have an athlete play wide receiver and he's still an 80 overall corner. So you can still put him on the depth chart.
Yeah,
He won't progress as a corner because he's a wide receiver listed. But
yeah.
I mean it happens all the time. No, I mean I won't say all the time, but I mean
No, I mean it's not super common, but
Like Jabril Peppers. He played safety, he played linebacker, he ran the ball sometimes, caught the ball. Like he was versatile. I'm trying to think who else. There's been players, I just can't think of them, but
yeah.
it's so much potential.
I also want them to. I need. I don't know if they do this with Madden still, but they do it with NCAA, and that's customizable playbooks.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can go in and you can take a play from here and a play from here. You can edit this play, and you can. I want my wide receiver to be out here on this play, and I want this play to look like this, but I want to run it. And that needs to be a must because you have. I mean, there's no real coaches essentially. Like you are the coach. You make your coach 90% of the time.
Right.
And so you need to make your playbook too. Why use a pre-made playbook?
Yeah. And like going back, that kind of reminded me. I want there to be more coaches So like you have a head coach, you have an OC, you have a DC, then you can also have QB coach, running back coach, wide receiver coach, D backs, linebackers, D line, and you control that position. Like if you're the QB coach for KU, you only control the QB and you get promoted from there, go to head coach, go to OC, go to like once you're in charge of a program. I just think that would be, I mean, like these things are little. Like if they added a few of these things and then didn't add some of them, I wouldn't be mad. I'm not asking them
No, yeah,
to add every single thing we're talking about. I mean, like the obvious ones, like you need dynasty, you need transfer, you need a create a team, college football playoff, and then fluid ratings is what I have as obvious ones. And I think those are going
yeah,
to be in the game. Like that's a thing, but just these little things, we just want something. Like we want something to make it different, something to make it better. We don't just want the most average, minimal dynasty mode possible, and then they don't change it for 6 years. You know, like
yeah. Here's one more thing that I mean, just thought of. I feel like this would be awesome. So, all right, you go into Road to Glory, and it's got these options. You know, you can be QB, you know, all this, and then there's another one. It's still in the Road to Glory. You don't have to make a whole new game mode. Just kind of make another option. Coach a high school team for a year. Depending on how good you do, you get these offers just like you would for a player in Road to Glory. Get these offers from these schools, and then most of them being small schools, and like you said, FCS schools, most of them being FCS, and then you work your way up through the coaching starting from high school. I feel like that'd be awesome.
that would be awesome. That's asking I feel like that's asking a lot, but yeah, I mean that'd be
Yeah, but it'd be the
cool.
same.
Right.
It'd just be Road to Glory, but control all the players, and then you get
True.
offers. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I mean, everyone is super excited for this game. Everyone's going to have super high expectations. What I'm really excited about is they have developers from NCAA 14 working on this game.
Oh, they even have you know what NCAA revamped is, right?
Yeah,
Mod. They have those guys
working on this
helping out
game.
on this game.
I know. That gives me a little bit of hope because those guys are the guys for this community, like the Dynasty community, the Road to Glory community. Like those guys are the spokes, like the guys. Like they're the ones
Like they
making
play the game. You know what I mean?
They play the game, right? They're like when they made revamped, they don't charge people.
No,
Which
they
is
did
crazy.
it solely for like the good of the game.
Right. It's oh my gosh, those guys are amazing. And I'm so glad that they're going to be in this process because that's going to help this game a lot. I hope. I hope it's not like a money grab, you know. I hope it's not Ultimate Team, you know, pay to win, and then we're just going to dump Dynasty and Road to Glory as whatever. We don't care. You know, like I hope it's not
because
that.
they had Ultimate Team 14, but no one really ever played it.
No, because that's not what you get the college football game for. You're not buying the game to play Ultimate Team. You're buying the game
you're
to play
building a
Dynasty. Right.
It's different than NFL because it's not as fun to, you know, be the Indianapolis Colts and win 7 Super Bowls. Like, you know, it's whatever. But when you get like, I really think it's, you know, the 4 years. You only get this guy for 4 years. Like, make the most of it, see what he can do. And then it's like, you almost grow an attachment to him when they leave, where it's like that sucks.
Yes, I know.
But in Madden, he's there for 20 years.
Yeah, you can keep him there. Yeah.
And you never lose him. And so you don't really go in attachment to him. And, you know, every season looks like the next and the next, and they all look the same. It gets repetitive and it gets boring. But NCAA is different because there's a whole new feel.
Right. Dynasty, I think Dynasty mode is the best game mode of any sports game ever made. Like you may prefer Road to Glory, but Dynasty's like nothing compares. Like I try to play franchise on Madden. It's just like I played for
No,
a
it's
couple
not.
years.
the same.
It's whatever. Like Dynasty, where you can recruit. There's
Oh, recruiting is awesome.
126 teams that are being ranked. You know, rivalries, coaching carousel. You can be a coordinator. Like it was way above his time. Like Madden just put in like a coaching carousel per se, and it's trash. But like NCAA 14 was doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I hope this game isn't a step back from 14.
Yeah. No,
Because
I mean sounds kind of dumb, but I hope this is a game that takes my life. I hope this is a good enough game to where I can't stop playing it, and I'm just continuously finding more and more things to do. And I'm just like, man, like they really hit this out of the park. And if they need to see this as an opportunity to get their name back, because right now
right.
EA Sports is a terrible name to make a video game. Terrible. No one plays Madden and all their other games. I mean, they spend so much time and money on Madden that all their other games are trash. They're
Yeah.
terrible. Such dumb games.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity. And something like I hear all the time is like it's hard to make a game every year and make it different. So here's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking: just don't
Yeah. Do it
like
every
make
other.
this game. All you got to do is update the rosters. If it's good enough, if it's a good enough game, that's all you have to do. You know,
Yeah.
fix the bugs, update the rosters,
Oh,
and then maybe every 2 years, every 3 years, you make a new one. You know,
um,
it's
what's the game mode in Madden where you draft like so many superstars and you play on the team and
Superstar
super.
KO.
Yes. Can they do that with NCAA? Oh my god, I hope. I hope so. But make it like not current players. You know what I mean? Like ex
Yeah,
players.
like
So like
Joe Burrow,
and
you
Derrick
know,
Henry. Oh my god.
Derrick Henry. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
I know. I cannot wait. I mean, it's probably another year from
Oh, it
now,
is. Yeah.
2023. But
Roughly
still,
about a year from right now.
if it's a good enough game, I don't care how long I have to wait. You know.
Well,
Well, I mean, to an extent. You
in
know,
reason, please.
like yes, I would love to have the game this year, but I'm not mad. I would rather them make a quality game and take
Yeah.
longer than just push something quick out. You know,
Yeah.
because this is like people's dream. You know, I never thought this was going to happen. Like I never thought there was going to
And
be another NCAA game.
no.
So when it got
Hopefully
announced,
it drops the prices of NCAA 14 too.
yeah, because
Those are
that's like ridiculous right now. But understandably, like people want to play it and they're not
great.
making it
Such a
anymore.
such a
So
good game.
it is such a good game. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. Just super excited for this game. Zach, you got anything before I sign it off?
No, that's all from me.
All right. Well, follow our Twitters below, like, subscribe, use Bucked Up, use our code Baby1. It'll be listed either up here or down there. Yeah. We'll be back next week, probably back with the Nebraska content.
Yeah.
But thank you so
Hey,
much for watching.
yeah. So Big Ten's this weekend for wrestling.
Big Ten
Nebraska will
wrestling.
be competing in that. And Nebraska baseball is off. Rough start, but I got hope. And obviously Nebraska basketball is it's not looking good. Nebraska women's is.
Women's just
Nebraska
won.
women's, yeah, beat Michigan. Hopefully they can beat Iowa. That would be huge. I would love that. Nebraska men's beat Penn State, almost beat Iowa. I think they got it on the right track. I think they can make some noise.
We'll see. I don't have any hope for Nebraska basketball, but yeah, that's all I got. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you want in this college football game, and we'll take a look at all of them, pin the best one, tweet us, whatever, follow us, like our tweets. Yeah, that's all I got. So Bennett is napping. That's why he's not in here. But until next time, we'll see you.